Da da da. Ba ba ba.
Okay, we're recording.
It's party time.
Sounds like a bad version of Knight Rider.
Thank
Scheiße,
you.
stimmt. Stimmt.
When you're
Oh,
aiming for
you're right.
nothing and it's, you know.
Oh, stimmt. Knight Rider is like didum, didum, dim, dim, didum, 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 didum. Doodaloo, 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 doodoo, didum, 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 didum. Okay, sorry.
Like I said,
No, it
it
was
sounds
great.
like a bad
It was
version of the
great.
Knight Rider.
It was good. You were just on your own because I don't know Knight Rider.
Oh,
Culture gap.
what's that is crazy. Okay, so where we stopped last time in the library, we talked
Uh,
you or missed mental linked with the library and told them our goals and perspective on the forest. Told them everything about Melora, I guess.
mhm.
We uh, we figured that we want to kill both outsiders from the Mushroom Kingdom and we gathered some mushrooms for the trip. What else?
I pulled you aside and asked you to come with me
Yeah, and your
and
mom.
help me with something,
Mhm.
as we were about to go to the most private areas that they could offer, I think.
I guess they're in the Mycosinic city, right?
I don't know. Maybe even the library. I don't know. That's for Mateusz to decide. I guess we didn't get to actually leave or go somewhere.
Mm.
From what I gathered, you are still at the library,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the resources now to. I believe you were wanting to deal uh, with the Lich and Atel.
Hmm.
But it really is up to you. They obviously want you to help get rid of this dark influence now that you've kind of convinced them of that. And they're also dealing with the fact that Mist has basically injected some injected religion into their connected hive mind.
Oh yeah, that totally blew them away.
Mm-hmm. So I turn to Jason. Do we need privacy for what you want me to do with
Actually,
you?
yes. Yes. We
Okay.
should be alone.
Hello. So, what was his name again? I turned to the mushroom that guided us through the tunnel.
Crimini!
Gramini? Yeah.
Crimini!
So, Gramini, do we have like rooms here or so? Do we can if we want to rest here for a short time? If we want to help you, we need that. Do we have a little private space or so, or shall we do something about it? Of course, I can, but obviously, it would be nicer to. get a nice bed or so.
He responds, in the city, we all share houses in common. I don't understand what this private space is. I can give you a room.
How about just everyone leaves the library except us?
What?
That is
I
not
think
the
the room is
nature of the library to be empty, though.
Well, just for a short time.
well, yes. I think a room would be nice. Thank you.
Fine.
He directs you towards the Myconid city, and in there again, when you enter the city, you find that the whole place is almost like a three-dimensional labyrinth, where all of the houses are connected and glued into each other. He shows you a room, but there is no true sense of privacy here, as the only way to get to the next place is through this one. There are also no corridors, there are only rooms connected by openings of doors. And at the same time, connected by the opening and closing of perhaps a single organism that forms the basis of all of the houses. It itself seems to move and sort of grow, enlarging itself into different rooms, almost as if it was one great monster that resided here. You are granted this place, but there is no way for you to willingly or correctly lock the door. Then there are myconids that simply walk in and out of this place, sometimes looking at you strangely with some curiosity, others with almost a touch of fear, but mostly not communicating with you, simply looking.
Hmm. Can I mold the earth and pile earth just so that it would give us some privacy, some more? I don't need to lock the whole room, but a little bit so that we are unseen, like a little barrier. But it's just for 1 hour.
Yes, you are able to do this, but you understand also that you're molding the earth, you're pushing. It is unclear if you're actually pushing earth up and creating this short barrier, or more of these fungus that surround you. But it is possible for you to create a certain barrier. The room that you are in is roughly 10 feet by 10 feet. Nothing too big, but not too tiny either.
Okay. So how about we rest and then do your stuff, or do you want to do it now and then rest?
So for what we're going to do, you guys will need to take those mushrooms and pull 3 out.
Mm-hmm. Are you what? What? These mushrooms? So, what kind of help do you need?
I can only tell you after we take them.
What? It's stupid.
It's not stupid, trust me.
Mm. Well, in my opinion, it's stupid. Tell me beforehand.
I can't.
Okay,
Can I do
so
an
I
insight
can't help
check?
you. Sorry, miss.
Can I do an insight check?
Of course, go ahead.
Ooh.
I guess I do the Mateos rule. You can ask an extra question
Well, the reason
because I didn't
the re-
decept or anything.
yes, the reason I wanted to do the insight check was to see if I could discern whether or not you're saying you can't tell us because you're trying to hide it from Legion or not.
Ooh, bullseye. Yeah, you know, he in the eyes of Justin, and the posture he has, it is already some strain on him and some holding back of something, and you figure that is Legion, and you figure furthermore that he doesn't want Legion to know, and that is involved with the mushrooms. And why he can't tell.
Okay. I will reach my hand forward, put it on Klaatu's shoulder, and just say, Klaatu, eat the mushroom.
What?
Alright, here we go. And I'll eat mine first.
And I will eat mine as well.
Okay, we are doing this. All right. Then let's go. Oh, they suck. Constitution again.
Connected by the inner circle, you will actually need to make intelligence saving throws, all of you.
Oh, sweet. Oh, sweet. So then I can actually already ask if can I use my mental barrier safe space or
22.
others when we are bonded. This one.
You would have a +3 for me, at least.
Oh, 25 in that case.
You would not be able to use that on others, no.
Oh, okay. Then I use it on myself.
Well,
Okay, 5.
it's a 13 for me, which I'm guessing is not good.
You are all connected.
Sorry.
Despite your best efforts, Justin, as you take the mushrooms and you sever your connection, you find that Legion was able to worm its way into Mist's mind. Mist, you yourself are suddenly surrounded by this ever-growing and all-eating dark, containing in itself perhaps hundreds of thousands of souls, all waiting to feast upon yours.
Alright.
You feel your connection with Melora and even your paladin pact. They feel weakened, almost severed in this place. But Justin, you are free, if only momentarily.
How about
There
Klaatu?
Klaatu is as well. He rolled a 25 with advantage of the mental barrier. So Klaatu is free of it, and so are you. And Legion is distracted at least attacking Mist, or certainly surrounding him, eroding his connection to the real world. This
Alright,
proves to you an opportunity. But do you take it?
Alright, so I turn to Klaatu. I assume we're close to my safe space inside Legion.
You are where you want to be, and in this case,
Near the blade.
the mushrooms have given you a strange form of protection, and as you look at Klaatu, it is as if he is both there and not there, surrounded by what seems to be a sort of bluish protection, but Mist's aura seems to be a greenish one, as Legion is piercing through it, almost as if establishing a new connection to him.
Oof, oof.
Ugh. All right. So I turn to Klaatu and say, "All right, we're going to rob this motherfucker. He's been hiding something from me, and it should be somewhere close to us."
Okay.
And I first start to look around.
All right, make a perception check.
I'm observant. 27.
All right, you are able to find, with Legion distracted, you are able to find a hilt of a weapon. And again, it glows in this bluish color. And
All
you
right.
understand that Legion definitely does you to it. And how exactly Legion has consumed the weapon itself is also dubious. But beside it, there seems to be a single soul that has been tasked with protecting it.
All right. I'm going to Mind of Legion that motherfucker.
All right, okay.
At the same time, before I do that, I turn to Klaatu and say, "All right, I need you to do something distracting, or otherwise Mist is going to be in trouble. Legion has caught on to him, but you're kind of safe in your bubble, so keep throwing the balls, all right? Don't let me down on this one, and start your first attack until you're at least out of my sight. The green aura is Mist's."
Can I interfere on the consumption with counterspell? Or banishment?
Psychic. Anything psychic.
That was a question to Matteo.
Yeah,
Oh.
all right. Which one
Yeah,
would you want to try? Would you want to try counterspell, or would you want to try banishment?
First of all, I would try counterspell because it's easier or not so costful.
All right. You try counterspell, but there is no spell being cast. Your
Yeah.
spell is cast anyways, and you find that for the strangest thing, whilst in this place, the counterspell itself is visible as it travels from
Ooh.
one place into another in this fairly slow stream. It is so slow, it's almost like a small fish swimming slowly towards this great big shark. Or perhaps a school of sharks, the dark ones that surround. You could even outpace this little one. And then you obviously realize that you are high.
Yeah, true.
The spell has no effect. Mist. You find yourself being deeper. Like the Legion assaults your connections. And very quickly, you find yourself alone, surrounded by, perhaps the first time, this intense feeling of utter emptiness, utter nothingness. It is beyond a hopelessness. It is stronger than that. Legion asks, or more correctly, demands a break with something perhaps as a sacrifice, a sort of offering to it. But you know that it demands all of your existence. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast Beacon of Hope. More for the RP aspect than anything else, because I think right now what I need most is hope.
Yeah. In the deepest of darkness, you are able to see in the very faint distance this single spell that Klaatu has cast, traveling incredibly slowly towards not you, but towards something that surrounds you. And for a brief moment, you are able to recognize that this is still false. This is still not entirely real, though it does exist in your mind. And it is your mind, your soul, that Legion is after. A maddening darkness starts appearing out of each strand of these souls as shadows surround you and demand again your utter surrender. Make another intelligence saving throw, Mist.
Oh, wait, does my Mind of Legion thing work?
Your Mind of Legion is connecting you to that one guardian, right?
Alright. Yeah, I'm trying to get him distracted. Does that all happen at the same time?
It is all happening at the same time, yes.
Alright.
Alright, so with your Mind of Legion, make an intelligence check. In this case, with expertise, because you're using this.
Where do I activate expertise? Jeff?
You can just roll an intelligence check, and then we'll add the twice your proficiency modifier.
There's a down under your tools and proficiencies, tool proficiencies and custom skills, underneath your skills.
Yes. Global skill modifiers.
Yeah, there should be a.
Mind of Legion. Thank you very much. 17. And I'm going to add a d6 to it. Nice.
You didn't add the Mind of Legion.
Oh, it didn't work. I hit the box though.
Oh, click on the words. It'll throw another 5 up there.
Alright, so it's plus 11, so 28.
All right. You connect to this one soul, and you find that it does not know that much. It is, but it is not a young soul either. You find that it actually has been constructed by Legion to serve as a defender, and understand that this is also not the first soul that Legion has been able to construct for itself.
Nice. I give him the command to help me pull the sword out. And I start pull the sword out.
It looks at you, and you hear in your mind, the sword is to be protected. The sword is not to return to the living world. The soul is legions.
We are
are
legion.
legion.
I say it at the same time as him. We
You
are
say
legion.
that in unison, and it responds, it understands that you are both the same.
To protect, and I start grabbing the sword.
You grab the sword, and this creature that was supposed to be its guardian jumps into the darkness itself, pushing it away, and there is there a sword made out of a material that you do not quite know, but it is something physical, something that actually exists in this place. And as you pull it out, you find that there is a small cut that it gives to Legion itself.
Right.
All of you scream partially in pain. It is no more damaging than a small paper cut, but it seems as if it has been the first time in a very long time that Legion itself has suffered. With this, Legion turns on this relentless assault on Mist. Your call may arrive in the next minute. It's still going. You don't really know where. Or, I suppose, you don't really know what exactly it will do. What would you want to do as you see this, as you see Mist being almost flayed by the creatures that surround him?
Me?
I would like to try something else. Otherwise,
I guess Klaatu first.
Yes, in this case, Klaatu, because you have helped pull out the sword. Then Klaatu, then we will go to Mist.
I will try to cast Mass Suggestion and would say, leave Mist alone. Let him be.
Yes.
So they have a charisma saving throw. Right. Wisdom saving. Against 18. If that is working.
Alright. Legion will respond to you, saying, "This is not your domain, wizard. And we are one as Legion. There is no mass of us. You will surrender yourself to me, to us, and allow us in your mind. And you find that your suggestion has been countered and gone against you, Klaatu. Make a wisdom saving throw.
God damn.
At advantage if he's anywhere near me.
He is not.
Save space. Let's see. Wisdom. Ooh,
Nice.
sweet. Double net 20.
I love it.
What's up with that?
He is determined to save.
Alright, Klaatu, with this, you are able to not only resist against the spell, but shatter it completely. And as it does, part of it stabs into Legion itself, and partially now, Justin, you feel as well a permanent command of Klaatu to live Mist alone and not hurt him.
Nice. Oh shit. Oh no. Fuck. Now you can't die. You know that, Miss?
Legion's spell, or at least its counter command, is completely broken. It itself is assaulted like a hydra with 1,000 heads. It wails and retreats at Mist, and Mist finds you find yourself still in the darkness. But there is peace here.
Nice, nice.
You are not being actively attacked, though it still surrounds you. It leaves you alone. It still desires you, but it does not dare to move. It simply stands there, awaiting you, almost awaiting you to provoke it, awaiting for a reason to attack you, or a path inside of your mind. Mist, what would you want to do in this moment?
I see them going away or retreating.
They retreat, but keep still and form a sphere, roughly of 15 feet. So they are still circling you, and circling you intensely. Some of them are starting to leave and working their way to Klaatu, not recognizing yet that Justin is here.
No, they come.
Yeah, I'm totally at a loss. I'm not equipped for a mental battle at the moment. um,
These are ancient souls. Most of these lived hundreds of years ago, if not some of these even thousands. They stand there, and you find that they actually hold. Since they have made some peace now with you, because of their command, and this command seems to be deeply, deeply entrenched in them now, there is a certain curiosity from them to you, something that you could reciprocate from you to them. They know so much, and they have lived in these places so long ago, and for so long.
you telling me I can ask one of them a question?
Of course.
What happened to the Queen's staff? Why is it corrupted?
Make a persuasion check as you are asking this. Or do you cast any spell or do something to compel them to answer?
I don't really have any spells to compel them to answer. Well, I guess I command. Would that do it? I could do that.
If you would want to command them, yes.
No, I don't want to.
No, I don't want to.
Unless you want to attempt to just persuade them.
I think persuasion probably better. I wouldn't force them to do it against their will.
That could be a harmful act.
Ooh. Dirty 20.
Ooh.
With a 20 in persuasion, you find that or some of these souls cannot help but answer out of a sense of perhaps a sadistic, wicked curiosity, or an attempt to merely inflict harm upon you with the truth. Say, the Queen's staff has always been corrupting. But she has neglected to do the offerings to the gods that could protect her against the corruptors. Oh, Mist, if only you would join us, you would know the truth.
I prefer to stand on my own with Melora's support. But thank you for the offer.
Melora is nothing. She attacked and left this place. You are nothing without the gods. And we are the gods. This phrase echoes, and Justin, you understand that part of your knowledge, of Legion's knowledge, has been shared in this moment. But the blade gleams and glows this blue in your hand. What would you want to do with it now? As
In my
this
head.
sword has just helped you.
In my head, I just push off the ground in an attempt to go anime style flying towards the closest one to me, which should be Klaatu, as I'm trying to get them together in one space. Does that work?
Alright, okay. Make an athletics check.
It's a 14.
Right, with a 14 you are able to push, but Legion is now surrounding Klaatu.
Oh.
And its encroaching darkness helps prevent you, almost like a layer, or perhaps like thousands of layers of pillows that compress as you approach it.
Right, I'm
But
going
you
to
are
try
not
to.
able to pierce it.
I'm trying to cut it with the blade that I have. Like I'm flying, and as I see that I can't just fly to him, I'm going to try to cut through it with the blade I found into Legion. And as I go flying, I'm going to yell out to him, "How about the souls I've brought to you now? What do you think of them?" Ah!
As you cut them, you feel this intense pain in your mind. You suffer 10 points of psychic damage as Legion's souls are severed from it. Or perhaps severed from each other. Legion turns to you and says, "You betray us?"
Did I get closer to Klaatu?
You advance towards Klaatu, and
Alright,
you are able to reach. He is within 30 feet of you. You
Do I
have
have enough
pierced.
speed to just catch him and keep going?
No, you have basically cut in a way that you have fallen as much as you can fall into this place, into the same level that Klaatu is in. But so you fell and you fall prone as you cut through this barrier that surrounds Klaatu. You are inside and you yourself are surrounded. Legion turns to you with a fiery anger and says, "You betray us after we have given you power, after we have made us?
Who has
You will
betrayed who?
return the blade to us."
I'll pull out the contract and point to the line where it says half of the power and full support, and I go, "You have been the one to deny me the power we hold to do the job that we had to do to keep us alive, and here I was the one who was providing for everyone here. And as so," and I roll the contract back, "I will take what is ours to protect, because we are Legion."
You will take nothing. These souls belong to us. It belongs to us. You will leave. We have given ourselves the capacity to help. We have helped you, and in it ourselves with full support that we have. How many times did time and space to create abilities that you should not have? That was Legion, that was us, that was the contract. The contract is fulfilled by us.
How ungrateful, for I am the one who has carried you to places where you should not have been, for you should have been imprisoned in a tower of a mad god for all eternity. Don't you dare forget what we have provided for us. In exchange for your powers, that's nothing, because they would have been rotten in this tower, gone to waste. And I try to gain mental ground here and summon my space to Klaatu and my location. Sounds like I'm making advertisements.
Make an intelligence
My
check.
space. 19, and I'm going
Alright.
to add a d6 to it. You want?
Okay. Legion responds with, "Again, you use our power against us? Presumptuous one. Presumptuous nothing. One is nothing against the many." But despite this, you are able to move, and you find that the niche that has been reserved for your soul is moved significantly closer to you, and it serves as this place of protection. Klaatu, you look and see incredibly clearly half of Justin's soul resides there.
Half of Jason's soul.
Yeah, if I were to describe how it looks like, you see that the
Sure, go ahead.
it's just in the darkness, it's a sudden light that comes from above and goes triangle down shape onto a pedestal where on top of it sits the clock, the watch he holds in real life as well. And the soul just keeps working on the clock with these instruments and polishing it and dusting off the place, working on the cracks around there, sitting around, and then start working again.
Okay, weird thing. And you told me I'm surrounded, right? But can I reach this shiny soul?
Yes.
Okay, then I would try to swim.
Because basically what exists is you are in the same circle, in the same sphere with Justin, and now with Justin's other part of the soul. There is a strong evidence of a darkness to this soul as well, as if Legion has already made part of it theirs.
Shall I try to clear it? No. No, I just swim towards it. Jason?
Still in a heated discussion with Legion.
Shall I banish him from your soul?
No. Can't just change dimensions, mate. Can't take me too far away from it. Them. Us. Right, it's complicated, like he said.
It's alright. Mist
Get
is alright
mist-
too.
get mist here.
What shall I do now?
Get mist here.
Legion looks at Klaatu, and then you feel again deeply in your mind this loud booming voice saying, to all three of you, but focused on Justin, it threatens us. It threatens the you that is us. It must be killed or consumed. Consume it, Justin, you who are us. It cannot be banished, for it would be lost.
We are sick of the ways that you want us to go. Those are the ways that have brought you into the tower and banished into a sword in the first place. We are better at that. We make decisions for us now. We lead the souls and we take the power to protect and consume. You shall not pass! And I ram the sword into the ground, or in some of the threats that try to invade the space.
You stab into the ground and Legion reels with pain as some of the souls fly past and rush one of these freed souls rushing towards Klaatu. Klaatu, what would you want to do with this soul that is rushing towards you? Would you want to attempt to dodge or try to absorb it into you?
These shiny soul?
There is no one soul, as Justin stabs into the ground, one soul is cut. It rushes towards you, almost like blood pouring out of a cut artery.
Oh no, thank you.
You can try to dodge it, or you can try to do the opposite and absorb part of it.
Thanks. I'll try to dodge.
All right, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my god. Okay, the other thing is a reaction, I think. Let's try. Oh god, okay. As I see that react that I don't really move that well in that space, I use my reaction. Oh, it's a bonus action. Okay, then perhaps can I Misty Step away? Would you allow me that?
I would say that right as you are casting the Misty Step, it is still able to hit you on your shoulder. It does not go into you, but as you are hit, you find the wholeness of the experiences of this creature that has lived, in this case, some 700 years ago. The experiences of this Yuan Ti who has been bred, raised all of his life in order to be a worthy sacrifice to the sword, to Wesir itself. All of these experiences assault and attack your mind. Make an intelligence saving throw in response.
Yeah.
With advantage because you are casting the Misty Step.
Okay, cool. Pew!
Alright, with an intelligence saving throw, you are able to still keep a distinction between what is real, what is you, and what is not you. You Misty Step away,
In the
and
direction.
as you appear in a flash, you find that Legion reabsorbs lost soul and says to Justin, "You seek to cut from us in our place of residence? How dare you, insolent little nothing! Nothing exists without the whole, and you and your different ones banished from this place. You are not welcome here, and your soul will never return to you."
I turn to Klaatu and Mist, not give the Legion the attention they want. How are both of them now here?
Mist, what have you been up to during this time? I mean, you know where Klaatu is, and you know that these souls of Legion will keep their distance from you, no matter where you walk in this place. And you can even ask them more questions.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm walking, I will make my way towards Klaatu, and I guess Justin, since they're together. And I'll continue to ask more questions about, you know, what kind of offerings are required to protect the queen from the corruption.
Offerings of the mind. The spiders have always been an enemy of the queen, and she did not understand the damage they did to her. She has not understood. True offerings are those that not even we can obtain. Make an insight check, Mist. Why? There is something strange about this one soul that speaks to you. It maintains a single form, but it is still able to change into others. You understand that this one is a druid of some sorts, an ancient one that has existed in this place. He says with contempt, "The queen banished us and sold us to the spiders. She suffers the fate that she deserves. Her corruption is one that she brought herself. She corrupts the staff, not the staff. Her.
How do we bring her back to her right mind?
There is peace in destruction and harmony in death. Birth, death, pain, pleasure, all exist as parts of the one that is the forest. We must reject the she must reject the one to embrace the all. She must release the plants and see them die, or else she will wither away, and with it the entire forest.
And how do I convince her of that?
We have tried. We have failed. Perhaps there is only death that awaits her. Sometimes an arm must be cut so that the organism survives.
Have I made it to Klaatu yet?
By this point, you make it to Klaatu, and Legion, taking the possession of other souls, responds to you, Mist, and says, "We keep our distance from you, but you will not find the happiness that you seek. The knowledge that we offer you will bring you the most exquisite of pains."
Right. Well, I prefer to avoid pain. Thank you.
Mist, you reach Klaatu, and Justin, you find that even as you are carefully fighting off this great being, Mist is just sort of casually walking, naturally repelling,
Conversing with the soul.
naturally repelling Legion, and even conversing with one of the souls that seems to surround Mist in clearly a reddish outline now. Mist approaches you, and you find yourself compelled to take some steps away from Mist. You are to keep your distance, you find. That distance is still jabbing at the back of your mind. To be close to Mist is to wound the soul that is connected to Legion still.
So I do back away, but I start laughing. Your domain. All right, it's time for us to leave. Don't worry, he can't actually banish us. I just can carve my way back in, I figure. And I grab tight of the sword handle. And the last time I just waited out until the mushrooms started to lose their effect. So I guess this one will
In
be
this
something like
case,
that.
you find that Legion itself retracts from you, and you find a stark contrast to the blackness that was Legion surrounding you all. There is this piercing white light. Legion leaves. With Legion's leaving, your soul and its niche are grabbed back and pushed with it. There is a reluctance of that part of the soul to leave your presence, Justin, but at the same time, it is strongly compelled to do so, being grabbed and pulled.
Alright, I'll turn to Klaatu and Mist and say, whoa, thank you for trusting me like that, and even though I enjoyed every second of you guys whipping our ass, this might be it. I feel like I'm being pulled.
Your
There was a
soul
good
is
run.
pulled, but not Justin himself.
Yeah, but
The
how
the
does he mean?
soul, the part of the soul,
He can't.
yes, the part of the soul is pulled away, and you are left in a place that exists only for the three of you, with Legion existing as well as this dark spot.
Ooh.
It's
Oh.
impossible to properly perceive how far it is or how close, for you feel as if sometimes if you were to reach for it, this spot, this dark sphere, exists only 5 feet from you, but at the same time it seems eternally away.
Interesting. Well, I might have interpreted the wrong way. May very well be that we succeeded. Oh, that's a relief. Are you alright? And I look at Klaatu. Figuring Mist just conversed with Salt.
Where am I? Actually, I was on the toilet.
We're in.
Pato, you are in this place of utter whiteness. There is only a single dot, and that dot is Legion, and it is imperceptible how close and how far exactly it is, but the banishment of Legion is to leave you three in this place of utter nothingness.
Okay, I'm quite fine, I guess. So what do we do now? You can't stay here. Holy shit.
Last time,
Dirty.
when the mushrooms trip ended, I was just back. So maybe it will be like that.
Yeah, Julia.
We did it!
Actually, we did what?
Look at that small dot over there. That's us. Legion.
And the rest is just you?
I look around. Is my pedestal gone? Is the clock
Is your what,
around
sorry?
anywhere? Like the niche I had inside of Legion, have we been pulled out of there as well?
That the niche with your soul has been pulled into Legion at this point. You exist still outside of this, and you do feel this longing for completeness, for wholeness, almost as if in the same way that when one leaves one's lover, there is this deep cut into one's soul. That is the sort of longing that you feel for it. And part of it does tempt you to join Legion and just be at peace with the oneness of your soul.
Ah. I look at the sword in my hand. What is it?
It glows blue, and it seems to be of a very different design than what you have seen so far. But it is physical. At the same time that it is physical, it can exist also in this world. It can exist in any of the worlds. Some strange form of soul cutter. Almost a surgeon's tool. But you do not know its origin. You can make an Arcana check or history to learn different properties from it.
The 21.
It's also imperceptible here, Justin, and you find that your clock spins wildly and then stops and then moves again, sometimes even backwards. You really do not know how long you have been in this place. But with a 21 in Arcana, you understand that this was indeed designed as perhaps the epitome of a form of magic that is unknown to you. A form of blood magic that affects directly one's soul. And it has been created with the purpose of merging, mending, cutting souls. And perhaps this is the ultimate origin of Legion.
Interesting. I guess we'll just have to wait, everyone.
Oh god.
And I sit down in the nothingness looking at the two.
Isn't there a story where the last time you waited in such a demi place, it were like 5 years going? And I remember, well, there were 10 years in the demi plane and 4 hours for that. That would be great, but
No, Klaatu, this is a trip. This is a trip induced, influenced by Legion and me, and both of you.
well,
This is not the Tower of a God. Let's hope it just feels like long.
okay. Then I just enjoy my trip.
I use create water to create about a gallon's worth of water in front of me, and I use shape water to just move it around in all sorts of weird shapes and just kind of swirl it around everywhere in front of
Whoa!
us.
Whoa! Yeah, man.
The water seems incredibly strange to you. As you are moving it, you feel as if you are also moving part of yourself. Your own face seems to be reflected in the water, almost as if you have ripped off your face or your head and projected it into the water itself. It is a very strange experience as you are basically water bending this water in different forms. The water itself also takes different shapes and forms as it moves, reflecting this strange bright light out of nothing and reflecting it into a myriad of rainbows and perhaps even of different creatures. You find as well a reflection, a partial reflection of Miru that is outside. Seems to be calling to you. but you can't quite make out the words.
I'll spread the water out in kind of a flat, uh, vertical plane, kind of like a screen, and then I'll take my hands and I'll put them together where Miro is, and I'll kind of spread them apart, um, kind of like a smartphone or a smart screen. See if I can zoom in on Miru.
You can, and find that Miru, there is something that is shaking. Miru is shaking, and then you find that actually it is not Miru that is shaking, but you that are being shaken. You are Your head is flung to one of the sides, and you understand that she is also slapping you awake, but you are not waking up.
Miro is trying to wake us up, guys.
Right, then soon we should wake up, right?
She seems desperate. I really hope she's not hitting me as hard as it looks like she's hitting me, because that's gonna hurt when I
Oh
wake up.
no. That's bad.
I guess you'll be the first
Kato,
one to go.
you find your senses even starting to return to normal. There's these water shapes that mists have created now subside in color, and they appear to just be the bluish that in a way they should always have been. In this case it's not quite blue, it's more of a white, but still Justin and Klaatu, you are both aware that your trip has ended, but you are still here.
Ooh.
Alright, I'll
Jason.
come. Yeah, let's do some investigating then. I'm trying to perceive something of any kind that would prevent us, or make a brain check.
Well, I could banish you, and I'm not sure if I can banish myself. I never did it.
No, we're not our physical selves, and banishment requires something physical, doesn't it?
Out of character, for the record, banishment can be cast on yourself. It's an awesome. Everyone, not gonna say that in front of the DM.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
mean, it seems perfectly reasonable that one should be able to cast banishment on oneself. If you find yourself on an alien plane, just banish yourself back to your normal plane.
My
Mhm.
point was that we're like our consciousnesses and souls at the moment. We're not our bodies and souls. We might banish our souls from our bodies for a short moment, which I don't know if would be good.
I have to agree, that does not sound good.
Yeah.
Right? We're separated from our bodies, so I don't know. We need to find a way to get back to our bodies. So let me have a look around then. This is nothingness, and this is my nothingness. I try to, I don't
Well,
know, take control of it.
I
Right?
could take the time and try to contact Melora or
Well,
somebody
no.
on the other
First
plane.
try a cantrip. Try a cantrip. See if magic works.
Well,
Justin
magic
doesn't want
works.
any religion inside of his soul place.
We can do cantrips. Mist is just using water shape, so that's clearly magical.
Oh, true. Right, then,
I
yeah,
could,
try that.
I could actually, um, oh no, yeah, shall I contact Melora so that she should wake Mist up or so?
Well, let me think. So I've brought us here eating the mushrooms, and we have successfully grabbed the blade from Legion. He was mad, said, "Ooh, you banished from my place," which was the place that we managed to come through. So maybe we have to go back in and force our way through Legion to get out.
That seems problematic.
Well, not really. I have this.
This dagger?
Blade. Yeah, the blade. Can cut souls.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, how big is this blade he's holding? Is it like, are we talking like,
One hand,
pocket
two hands.
knife or great sword?
It is closer to the size of a pocket knife, but as Justin holds it in his hands, it seems to also shift slightly between forms, almost as if its own form is unclear.
Mm.
But it does not go larger than a short sword.
And you'll be safe anyway, Mist. So it's only Klaatu that needs to stick close to me. And he's been
You
doing
feel
a
this.
good job. He's been doing a good job.
You feel though that the closer you are, or the inside of this space, you are at the same time infinitely far, but also incredibly close to Mist. You are compelled to push him out. It exists. You are able to resist this, but part of your soul is still afflicted by its great need to be away from him.
So let's try this matrix theory then. Yeah, Justin is going to concentrate and try to shape the place. I'm going to try to shape an exit door.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Can I help him? Because I built my little mind palace.
Plato, yes, you can. You can help him.
And it's a 19.
But you find that even though you are in Justin's soul spot,
Oh,
you
that's
find
cold.
yourselves
That is very,
to
very
be
cold.
stuck inside of the Canophic Edge. Same time, it was your mental connection that allowed all of you to come here. So partially, it is something that you need to do. There is something that you need to do.
Oh. Okay, so I could perhaps break the inner circle. That would be something, but I'm not sure about that. Or I shape with you on also the exit. We link our minds and break free. There's a great song about that.
Well, I don't know. Let's try it. This is all pretty new and experimental ground.
Want to try to make a door at first before I cut
Sure,
open
go ahead. Go ahead.
We'll use this
Make
thing.
it with advantage then,
Oh, okay.
because of Justin's help.
25.
All right. With the 25, it is possible. It is possible to shape things, but it takes a great amount of effort. You push through this great effort and are able to form just a small sphere, no larger than the size of a thumb, perhaps even half a thumb, and then it disappears. You hear almost the projected echoes of laughter from Legion.
I guess we'll go through Legion then.
No, we can do this.
Do you want to go again?
Mist, Can you give me some of your good water?
Of my good water?
I don't know. Yeah, you have always good water for anything.
Okay, so I float the gallon of water that I've been playing with the last God knows how long over to him. Is this what you referring to?
Well, does it work? I don't feel any better.
The water touches you, but you do not feel wet. It doesn't compel. It simply seems as if some ethereal mist has passed over you. You find that you are drinking water at the same time. You just do not feel it. You exist outside of perhaps even the concept of physical touch. And yet, Klaatu, there is still something physical here that draws your attention. Justin's blade.
Right.
Jason, how about I will try to concentrate again and make this little spot again, and you cut with your blade through that little hole.
All right.
Yes, can you guide me in any kind?
Well, only in the ways that I sense where the magic is less thick. So over there, and I'll get ready to pierce with a sword or with a blade.
Mist, what are you doing?
I was told to stand back, so I'm gonna stand back and watch.
What are you doing? Get closer. What if we just get sucked in and you are left behind?
You told me. Okay.
Yeah,
I will
first
step
stand
forward.
back and then it's come closer. You know how it works.
Okay, I will get as close as I can. Without being awkward.
Right, Justin, this presses hard on your mind. You can try to push through, but you will gain a level of exhaustion from it.
From having missed closed?
From having missed close, yes.
Boy. Yeah, what should I roll?
There is no need. You can simply
okay.
withstand the fact that he is close, but you will gain a level of mental exhaustion from this.
Alright.
Okay, then I focus.
Klaatu, make the Arcana check then
Yes.
with advantage, and I believe guidance as well, or no?
Possible, but I don't know.
Mist, do you have guidance to give to Klaatu?
Yes.
All right, okay. All right, so that is an extra D4 then.
Beep.
I like his better.
All right. Okay. I guess I saw his first. Right, so that is a 28 of Arcana. Again, you are able to form this ball. You have to push part of yourself. You can choose either to spend a spell slot, the highest spell slots that you have, or gain a level of exhaustion to push through this and create this circle for long enough, this sphere for long enough for Justin to pierce it.
I think I will take then the slot. That's my 5th level. That's the last one. The other are already gone.
Alright, you cast then a 5th level spell and it enlarges this small bubble large enough for it to become the size of 1 foot. Justin, you stab at it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, as you do, you find that there is something in there that you have grabbed a hold of. You can try pry it and carve your way and push it to enlarge it.
I will do that.
Right. You focus all of your mind and all of your will. Make an athletics check.
Everything is now at disadvantage, so that's an 11.
Yes, okay, right. Even with an 11, you push into it, stabbing until it pops like as if you have a hole. As if you have popped a hole in it. You find that your souls all immediately sucked outside of this place. And you wonder now, as souls, over your bodies. Your blade is still there. And Oraba reacts by pointing at the blade that seems to exist both in your hand being held by you and in the physical material world. At the same time, you hear Justin, this galloping force that is Legion, saying, "You have opened a way out for us."
And I will close the way, and I'll take the sword and try to shape the shit. Fucking hell.
How?
God.
How? You have basically been projected outside, even your souls basically are projected like ghosts out of the canopic edge. Legion rushes towards it to overtake it and be freed himself. You still have the blade in your hand, and you find that there is this one tiny hole that you all can see, but exists in your plane, but not in the material one. Or perhaps it exists in both, but no one has seen it. Inside of the edge itself.
I have one last 4th level spell slot. I could cast Banishment again and try to banish whatever comes out of this little thing. So we get a little bit of extra time.
I will stop him from doing that, and I will cast it myself.
Okay.
Save your magic.
So we're still floating above our bodies.
You are floating above your bodies, the canopic edge having been opened. Legion wanting to pour out. And at the same time, Justin, you find, because of your observant feat, deep in the distance, there stands Atal, the all-faced, looking at you with a curious face. He seems to be the only one capable of seeing you.
I don't give a shit about Attal. Can I not, with a sword that can bend and construct and cut souls, pluck up the way that we went through? Because we didn't go through physically, right?
You did the same. You did, though.
What?
You were within the canopic edge, you pierced it, and were able to physically leave it. You are able to plug it. You kind of stab at this hole in a way that stops it. You
So
find
the
that there
only-
is a force that pushes. Legion's force attempts to push against your blade, but at the same time, it cuts itself against it.
Yeah, so at the moment, this is what I'll do. Since this is the only way we can interact with the physical world, I'll just plug the sword into the hole that we came out from, so it can't get out. And then I look at the others and say, I don't know what to do. We're now our souls in the physical world, and Legion is about to come out of the sword.
Fuck.
The canopic edge rattles, but remains still. The words and voices from the party can barely be heard. They come to you as muffled shouts. Miru is still on top of Mist, attempting to wake him up, slapping him silly. You find that there are very clearly bruises on your face, Mist. You are not sure for how long you have been sleeping.
I will throw my arms up over my head, trying to protect myself, and say, "Miro, Miro, I'm awake, I'm awake."
She cannot hear you. She does not see you. It doesn't seem like there is any reaction, but part of your own body pulls your soul to it.
Yes.
You feel as if you only need to go.
As
At the
soon
same time,
as it goes
Oraba-
into your bodies, grab the sword.
At the
Then
same
I'll
time,
go.
Oraba approaches and kind of like starts poking at Justin's sword and the canopic edge, kind of rattling it in a way that gives great instability to the hold that Justin is attempting.
Oh, you fucker. Hurry!
Yeah, I wanted to do a religion check to see if it is safe to just return to the body with your soul, but as I see Mist's soul is getting kind of sucked to his body, I go all for it and dash to my body.
Alright, okay. Make a religion check, Mist. With the help of Klaatu.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
You find you, Mist, are also able to recognize that Atul is there in the distance. But at the same time, there exists Wesir. There is a path that awaits you if you would go upwards. It seems to be the path of the underworld. And not only is there your bodies, but the ceiling itself, as you look upwards and truly attempt to see, it opens itself. And there stands Wesir, a great creature of the sea, perhaps the sea itself, holding, beckoning, and almost tenderly caring for the souls as they come in. Like a shepherd gathering his sheep.
Okay. It's
You have rushed towards your own soul. Again, you are given this choice. You are free, if you would want to go to the underworld and perhaps die or accept death. It is unclear, but you are right now existing as ghosts despite the living of your body.
I will return to my body.
You return to your body, and right as Miru is about to give you a very hard slap, you wake up. Miru shouts in anticipation. Miru shouts in anticipation, saying that you have been asleep for weeks.
Of course.
Now, Klaatu, you have also seen this.
I will go straight to my body.
Alright, you go straight to your body.
I don't want to die.
Something. This place also pulls at you, and you recognize that amongst this underworld, or perhaps overworld, it seems to depend on where exactly you look, but it is available to you by the mere desire of you to see it existing in this plane of existence, this both material and dead plane. there you find the souls that beckon to you of your old companions.
Well,
Your connection to necromancy has almost moved them closer to you, almost to a connection to them that you cannot forget where exactly they are, and that they are there.
that's sad. We can't really do anything for them. That will mess me, I guess.
But you return to your body, and you awake as well.
Oh my
You
god.
take a breath, and Oraba just asks you, "Those were some strong shrooms that you took. Where did you get them?"
Holy shit, what's with the blade? I jump up and
The blade is levitating, and part of it is the blade is basically levitating as you cannot see Justin again. You are still connected to him, though. So there is almost a silhouette of him that is visible. Justin is plugging the gap of the blade, of the canopic edge, with this new soul blades that he has acquired. Patu, what do you do in this case? Do you hold it? Do you help it?
I mend
Alright, you mend.
as I am told. Or screamed at.
From the other
You
line.
are screamed at to mend and find that your mending does help. It pushes out the soul blade as it repairs the canopic edge. In less than a minute, the blade has been completely repaired as if new. Justin, you stand still as a soul triumphantly over the fact that you have contained
Yeah.
Legion.
Holy shit.
And my soul just falls back into the body of Justin. And he comes to consciousness with his fuck yes. Just as I did a moment ago.
One last rattle evidences one last attempt of Legion to push out, but the blade is strong and it holds.
We did it! That fucker.
What the hell? I think we could have died there several times.
Story of our lives so far. I'm just happy we didn't.
And now what did you get? Like, are you free now or what?
I take the blue sword, the soul cutter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
that's it.
I'll take it in my hand. No, of course not. Have you not witnessed it all?
Well, yeah,
I
you can cut souls now. In open spaces, it's awesome.
am and I try to feel for Legion's consciousness. How's the state of our relationship?
Hostile. Legion, there is still a great amount of power that your soul siphons off of Legion, but Legion will not help you if you unleash it in the Canopic Edge. You find that it is likely, if you use the Raging Spirits in the Canopic Edge, that you will actually be attacked.
Uh-huh. So I will need to do some soul searching.
Yes.
Or maybe just keep it at that. And I look at the soul cutter. Would I think that it would be a good weapon in use against anyone? Or do I get the feeling it's a very specific weapon?
It is an incredibly sharp weapon. It does not stab into the world, but through it, dealing directly psychic damage to an enemy. At the same time, it can be used to do this sort of or attempt at soul surgery. You feel still, Justin, that you have this attitude of being this great aversion to mist, still wanting to keep at least 15 feet from him.
Would I know what to do about that?
Make an Arcana check.
Had to run out. The high roads had to go sometime.
No, you do not know what to do with them.
And I'm
It just
also exhausted.
seems like an aversion.
You could ask, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm too exhausted. Justin just like getting out of my soul searching and relationship status with Legion. I look at you guys and say, "All right, so we got what we wanted, and we survived. Thank you very much for that." Reasons being that this relationship with Legion is one where I need to exhibit some power from time to time in order not to be consumed.
Okay.
And I think we've won a big deal of ground today.
Happy to hear that.
I look at Mist. No permanent damage to you, right? I felt that we were attacking your connection to Melora.
How is my connection to Melora? Do I feel her presence?
For a moment, you do not. But then you wait, calm yourself a bit from this whole experience, allow yourself to breathe actual air, even though it does feel a bit fetid in this place. And then your connection returns to you. You seem to be perfectly fine.
You see me visibly relax, and I say, "We're fine."
Hey, took your sweet time with that answer, but I'm glad. So now that we've woken up, how about a bit of sleep?
Yes.
And Justin
Wisest
makes himself
words
comfortable.
ever out of your mouth.
Holy shit. And I try to attune to the soul cutter.
All right, the stats for the Soul Cutter will be provided next week because I am still doing the last finishing touches to it.
Alright,
But
nice.
all right, you are able to attune to it.
So long rest.
I cast a honeycomb.
Slowly get himself in there.
Okay. I'm gonna spend the first few hours, basically like a watch length, just sitting in quiet meditation, praying to Melora.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Before I go to sleep, I use my last spell slot to reassert control with Animate Dead over
Oh, you're fine. You're
mushrooms.
gone. You've been gone for multiple days.
Oh, then they are going to. Well,
They are gone. Well, they are outside of your control, Klaatu. But they are actually still near the party.
oh, nice.
They are pretty calm and in control of themselves. Would you still want to assert your control over them?
They are quite nice. Yes.
All right. Okay. You bring their their sort of hive mind back into the fold. There is, for a moment, a time of relief from them. All father has arrived again,
Oh.
but at the same time, attention, especially from the one that is more evolved, as it understands what is happening, and you understand that it understands.
Yeah, you're enslaved. Sorry. I will treat you right. Don't give me that look. Henry, you are the firstborn. You will get all the rights.
Except the right to be free.
At some point.
Henry will say with almost a disappointed but definitely like forceful tone, or rather a tone of being forced. Yes, master.
Yes. 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 Just, yeah, do what you like at this point. Watch or just stay calm as you did. Don't attack us. But, you know, just live your life at this point. But don't run away. We will sleep now. You can have your short time, downtime, whatever you want. Good night, Henry. Good night, Mara. Good night, Robin. Good night, Sasha. Good night, Justin. Good night, Mist.
Yeah, I'm totally zoned out meditating.
I go to sleep immediately, I guess.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. I okay. I forgot I had push to press, so I wasted a bunch of time. All right. So you rest and immediately recover the the next you fast in whilst you are resting, even though you do not sleep. You get these visions. You are assaulted by these nightmares, as if Legion is trying to force upon you the worst of its own memories, as if it is trying to tire you out with the horrors that various of its souls have suffered. At the same time, giving to you a certain threats, threats that you will also suffer these horrors. It is a restless. It is. You will actually need to make a wisdom saving throw in an attempt to remain calm.
He left.
Oh, all right. So with this, with an 8 in wisdom saving throw, you actually
11.
spend quite a restless night, and Legion's torment keep your exhaustion level basically at 1. Yeah, all right. Even with an 11, the outcome would be the same. So you still have one level of exhaustion, and you have taken, but you have taken a long rest.
Mhm.
I cannot hear you, David. I'm not sure if you're trying to say anything.
Mhm.
Here I am. Can I fight back using Mind Sliver?
Mind Sliver would be a minor bother, something barely felt by Legion. To properly fight back, you would need something stronger.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, but I didn't want to waste spell slots. Can I try to siphon more energy now? Hello? Would that be an option?
Sorry, I accidentally spilled something and was just quickly cleaning it up. You were asking if. Sorry, David. What were you asking?
No,
So,
Mateus, you have to sit in that puddle of soda the entire time.
yeah, you see, suffer through it. Could I try to siphon more power from Legion now? If he's trying to pester me, sending me nightmares, I'm going to try to pester him.
All right. Yeah, you can try. There is the. You will have to make an intelligence, perhaps you'll have to make an Arcana check. Um, no, don't
Ooh,
worry about
that's
it.
24 with disadvantage, and I'm going to add a d6, 25. Oh, plus, no, not plus 3, it's only for saves. So 25.
All right. Okay. As Legion is tormenting you, you are able to push back, and you find that one of the souls that is tormenting you was one of the high priests of one of these ancient cities. And indeed, it is you learn of his capacity. In this mode, you can choose to either gather more power from Legion, and that would translate into having a what is your highest level of spell slots?
Uh, wait. 4.
Okay, all right. So because you are a warlock, you have 2 of spell slots of level 4. Instead, you would siphon to get 2 spell slots of level 5 until your next long rest. Or you can attempt to gather information from this and potentially learn of a spell that this person or creature knows.
Oh, that fits very into the lore. So I will gather information. But since I was failing at gathering information about how to remove the suggestion that I need to stay away from mist and only make it so that Legion has to, my questions will be focused around there.
All right. Okay. Would you want to focus on this? You can as well. I guess with this you have the third option, which would be to focus on the reasoning why you have been warded against mist. If you would like to, okay, you focusing on this, you learn that this is a curse that right now has been affecting you directly in your soul. If it is possible to remove this curse by it is let's see. Arcana check. In this case, without disadvantage, because you are trying to learn of this connection.
19.
Right. The 19. It is possible to remove curse yourself. However, because of your connection to Legion, if you would want to remove curse specifically on you and not on Legion, what you would need to do would be to cast remove curse when you are separated from Legion. So potentially if and you would take these shrooms again and someone casts this remove curse on you, it is theoretically possible. This is how your thoughts kind of appear to you, to resolve this issue and therefore not be warded off of mist but keep Legion's curse.
Right.
In this way, you also learn that casting a curse on yourself, if it goes into your soul, can affect Legion, both Legion and you, but only if the curse can affect your soul.
Do I get the feeling that whatever he inflicts upon me, we also inflict on us? So he's willing to suffer, like I am willing to suffer whenever I hurt us?
Could you clarify the question?
Whenever I do something to Legion, I suffer from it mostly too, right? So in this case, when he inflicts me with curses and is pestering me, does he suffer from it as well? And in logic, so he considers to take it to do that.
In this specific case, make an insight check then on Legion.
Advantage.
All right, with the 22, yes, there is a sense of him. So far, Legion has not actually caused anything that would damage themselves. What they have is merely overshared, basically an excess amount of memories with you. So far, Legion has not actually hurt themselves in this action. It is possible, and Legion would be willing to hurt itself in an attempt to keep you. Obviously, if it could keep the rest of the members of the party, then obviously so much the better it would consider on itself.
Great.
Has
Oh, I
any
get
curse or
pestered.
done true harm. Yes, this is a pest, and it's quite annoying because you you cannot help but experience these, in these case, horrible memories of creatures being flayed alive and suffering the full extent of the sacrifices that the Yuan-Tis are known
Could I
for
then
committing.
try, since I've seen through the scheme of it, can I try to make the best of it and try to get you in like the most useful of information out of everything? If it's combat, if it's history, if it's, I try to look at it and I'll bear the slaughter, I bear the gore, I bear the pain, but in it I'll try to, what are you exactly showing me, and is there something useful in there?
All right, okay. But this would mean that every time that you would rest, should you choose to engage in this, you would be able to do a check depending on what you want to learn. If it is history, religion, arcana, etc., to learn and draw more information from this act of being tortured.
Ah, disgusting. No, I need to get rid of this torturing as soon as possible, but I can't, as long as I can stop it, I guess I'll make the best of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but essentially this is not something that I'm going to play every night, but every time that you rest, almost every time that you even close your eyes, these thoughts, these pestering is going to be there. And in moments of weakness, basically when you fail some saving throws by some amount, so far I've set the DC to be 12, you will keep levels of exhaustion instead of losing them during your rest. And this is just to show the hostility of Legion, that Legion is now actively fighting you, though not in. It's still a fairly contained combat, you find. All right. So, Mist and Klaatu, is there anything else that you would like to learn or do before we wrap up this session?
Mm, no, not really. I would rest. I would do, if we have some downtime activity with my spell book, I want to try to inscribe some of my ritual spells with blood, so that the ritual casting time is lowered to, I don't know, anything I can get,
Okay. All right.
which
Okay.
is less than 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. I would say right now that maybe we can talk over the week about it, or perhaps at the beginning of next session. Okay. One thing missed. As you wake up, you feel this other presence, other than Melora's, surrounding you. Make a religion check. All right. Because of your passing into the realm, into the plane of the underworld, or the plane of the dead, you have gathered the attention of Wesir. And you find that there is part of you, part of your Genasi nature, your connection to the water, that at the same time desires a closeness to it, but also keeps a certain fear from it, recognizing that there is a difference between the river that you have grown, and basically, this is the river that you know all of your life, and the deep They are both water, but they are quite different. And part of your nature could lead to a connection to Wesir. But as you are seeing this, you wake up with a vision, or perhaps a dream, maybe of a great kraken, a great monstrosity of the ocean, being commanded and ridden by this partially deformed, somewhat changed creature of the water that has embraced this, that has fully embraced the depths, and wields a great, magnificent golden bow.
Oh.
And it stares at you, knowing you, and you find that one of its arrows is now meant for you,
Great.
unless you make peace with the god Wesir.
Okay.
All right, I say we stop here.
Yes.
All right.
All right, I say we stop here then, and we meet each other next week. What do you think? Next Wednesday is good?
Next Wednesday is fine.
for
Next Monday is fine. Monday.
Yeah, I'm totally
Okay.
free next week.
All right, I doubt we'll see much of Ryza, but we'll wait to see what Nicholas will answer.
I would
So-
say I would prefer Tuesday or Wednesday, I would say.
Then the 7th.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Oh
for
wait,
now,
wait,
the
wait,
7th.
wait. The 7th? No.
I could
Oh
also
yeah, the 7th.
6, 7, 8. All fine.
All right, so the 7th then, and we'll wait also to see on Nicholas if he has a preference. I am also fine with either one of those 3 days, so we'll see. All right, and yeah, all right. Well, that was. I didn't think that would take the entire session, but I thought that the resolution would be different. And yeah, what do you think, David? Now being in active hostility with Legion.
Well, I've been there before. But let's do it again.
That's true.
This time I have the soul cutter. I feel like the thing is, I need to decide diplomatic or hierarchic or plain violence to force him in submission or at least into passivity. So let's see and find out.
Yes, everyone did get their long rest.
Did we level?
One is rested up, except Justin, because Justin's got 1 level of exhaustion. And yeah, all right. Well, it was a lot of fun for me to describe this. Like it definitely felt like a mix of the Matrix and part of the Void. It's like place
Yeah,
of
Inception, Void, Matrix,
Great
Yeah.
stuff.
psychedelic trip.
at the same time with the trip. Like yeah. It was like, yeah, I guess you're still high, so let me just give a description that you're still high, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Did we
Well,
level?
no, you didn't level yet. You didn't. You didn't even defeat Legion. You just kind of warded him off. Come on, Jeff.
We only gain levels from killing stuff?
No, don't misinterpret me. Come on. All right. My plan was to level you guys up after you have dealt with the mushrooms. Peacefully or not, you have kind of dealt with the mushrooms. I'm just not sure if you're actually going to engage on the fights, trying to fight the Okwheel and Atel.
Well,
That's
as
our
soon
plan.
as the others are back, then I guess we're going for Orqueel, or what's his name?
I'm thinking we're probably not going to be able to depend on Ryza to return anytime soon.
I'm not sure about it. She went home today. Everything's okay so far. Sleep is an issue, but she has 7 days.